So this is AJ, and today I want to walk you through my code. First I want to go through my header. Name Ahmed Javed, instructor Edward Cattern, and project is currency converter GUI. Today's date is April 3rd, 2024, and I wrote a small description. This Python program creates a currency converter GUI using TKinter. It allows users to convert currencies by clicking buttons. Okay, and actually I should add to convert um, over 170 currencies by clicking buttons because the assignment was that I can pick any app, so I picked the currency converter app, and I just tried to be a bit creative. Instead of just 4 or 5. Uh, um, I created this GUI app to change over 170 currencies, and I use that by making an API and getting a API access key, and also the URL that I included into my application. So after this header, I wanna start explaining of my code, that how it works, and also which libraries did I import, and I start from the beginning. Import request. So since I needed a request library, I imported that, and also I imported TKinter as TK, TK, and also from TKinter import TTK. So TTK is a better version of TK because it has beautiful widgets, buttons, rather than only using the regular TK. So I created um, a class by the name of class currency converter app, and also after that I initialized my constructor div init self master, and as a parameter here I entered the master here. Master is actually the main window for holding the currency converter, and self dot master equal to master. In order to initialize all this instance and that to be part of this class, we have to use self. So I used self for the master in order to identify this master as the instance of this currency converter app class. So self.master.title currency converter. So for the master, for my main window, what is the title? It is currency converter. And so I created example list of 10 currencies for drop-down menus. I just created 10 currency converter to be able to show on the menu just for a creative way for the user. When user sees them, and so they can understand that this currency converter can over 10 currencies. So this is only 10 currencies that I built it to show. Sorry. This is only 10 currencies for the user to show, but when I so this is only 10 currencies for the menu, for a beautiful menu. After that, I self that example currencies, and this I created a list here, and by the name of example currencies, and I added self because this variable and this list is part of is an instance of my currency converter app class. So we come after this list, we come to our GUI elements. So For the GUI elements, of course, we need yeah, a label first. So I created a variable by the name of amount label because the amount, there should be a label for the amount. And I added the self again and to make this variable and to identify this as the instance of my class. Because when I do this, so I can use it throughout of my class, inside the method, inside the function, anything. So after creating my variable by the name of amount label, I assign that to, and instead of just using TK, I use TTK because it gives a better format. And after that, and this is a built-in keyword dot label, and after that, I entered master, the main window here, and I added the text to amount, and the text at the amount, how much should be the amount. And after that, I added self.amount entry, and so I created another variable entry. What does this entry do? This actually works like getting an input from the user. Also, after that, I use ttk dot entry. Entry is a built-in keyword and built-in keyword, and I added master here at the main window. Uh, After that, I wanna specify the location of my label and also the entry. So self will be at the beginning of each one of my variable here. Amount, the amount label dot grade. I'm gonna assign the location for the amount label. Okay, I'm gonna say a row 1 and a row 0, column 0, and since we are in programming, so this one is row 1 and column 1 in real world. And just I wanna add some paddings and pathway from and just in order to make a distinguish for the label and to be recognizable. And after that, for my amount entry that grade, again I said row 0. It should also be in row 0, but column 1 and the same. Pad X should be 5, and also pad Y should be 5. I come here another, so I need another one. I created a variable by the name of from currency label. So I need another label. Again, self the from currency label. Again, here instead of just tk, I use ttk dot label, master, and text from. So what does this line of code do? This creates a label on master window, and there will be a text from. And just if I run it, you will see that. And also if I run this one, you will see that. So just I want to run one by one to see. And just I forgot to show this one first. And so we will see amount and from and GUI. If we run this, here, amount, this is the amount, and this is from, and the next element will be 2, that we will do that. Okay, and we go back to here. So we saw amount and from. Um, so after I should explain this first. So after creating this from, we I created another variable from currency combo. Sorry, let's see. And so I created this variable, and again I use ttk and the combo box, which is a built-in keyword. And this, where should this combo box be? Inside the master, and the values should be as self.example currencies. Which example currencies? These example currencies. I want to show them these 10 currencies as the combo box here. So where these example currencies will be showed, if I run it again, this is a bit confusing. Let me minimize this one. So yeah, if I yeah if I minimize this one, so we will see here that amount um, uh, from these 10 currencies will be showed here. So yeah, that's it. So yeah, again, I wanted to assign a location for my from currency label. It's great. Row 0, row 1, column 0, pad X and pad Y, both 5. And also add currency, and this is the label. From currency combo that grid, this should be row 0, column 1, row 1, column 1, pad 5, pad X should be 5, and also pad Y should be 5. Okay, and after that, the next element GUI would be 2. And so I created a variable to currency label and also self again. TTK that label master, the text should be 2. Again, this label would be on master window and the text would be 2. Again, to currency combo is equal to TTK combo box, and this should be on master values save.example currencies. Again, this also will be showed to 2 as well when we I will show that afterwards. And also I wanted serve the to currency label that grid. I wanted to assign the location on row 2, column 0, and pad X and pad Y should be 5. And also and this to currency combo that grid, this one, where should be the location row 2, column 1, pad X and pad Y should be both 5. After assigning that, so I came to the convert button. So I need to have a convert button in order to convert that. Self dot convert button equal to ttk button, which we need the button, and also the master window, the text. What should be the text? I say the text should be convert. And what should the convert do, or the command do? I say self.convert. Actually, do the convert. And again, I assigned the location for my convert button, and I said self.convert button that grid. So where that should be? It should be on row 3, column 0, columns span. And column span should be 2. And the actually this one is it will be below the all the 3 widgets. So it will be 2, and pad X pad Y should be 5. So for another result label, so there should be a result label. I created the variable, set that result label, TTK label again on master, and the text should be empty because we will configure that later. And where should that be the location? Set that result level that create on row 4, column 0, again on column span 2, pad X and pad Y both 5. So here I suggested set API key and base URL. If you can actually change this any API, any URL that you're comfortable with, but just I set it this and so that API key. I created this variable and I got this key, and also self that base URL, and also I get this. I got this from um, let me show that as well. Um, exchange rate API. I went here and I got I created free account here, so I was able to get their API key and also their latest URL. So we go back to PyCharm, and here under this I created the API key and also their URL, and just this program will automatically fetch all the data from this URL, and also it will show the latest exchange rate and the latest up to this date up to any time that we are using the application. Okay. Um, After this one, I created a method by the name of convert, and also again I used a self here, so it's just for knowing that this is part of the instance of this class currency converter app. So let me maximize this. I used a try except block here. I said try what? Amount equal to flat self dot amount entry dot get. So the amount should be it changes this to flat, and also amount dot entry the and amount dot entry will would and dot get. This works as the input. This line of code gets an amount from the user. uh, I'm so sorry, I'm so sick. And this get method is responsible for taking that input. Again, I hear from currency and self dot from currency combo dot get. Again, this from currency combo get an input from the user by this method get. Again, to currency, I use self again here because I explained because this should be as instance of this class. Self the to currency combo that get, and this also get an input from the user. So all these three get method is responsible for getting the input. Again, I added exchange rate from Exchange AI. So this line of code fetch all the exchange rate from the site that I showed you. I created a variable response, and I used a request and a request method that get, and I use if formatting here, and I used a self dot base URL I entered here, and also base API key here. Peer, this is a word from the API inside that actually allows us to get a currency conversion rate and also the currency from the site all together. And I entered from currency and to currency here. Just because from currency there should be a to currency. And again, I created a data variable, and I added my variable here that JSON, because the result should be in a JSON format that is very readable for the user. And here I said perform currency conversion, so I created a conversion rate variable, and I entered it in data conversion rate. So the conversion rate would be taken from from the API website from here, and converted amount the converted amount should be the amount and multiplied by the conversion rate. So after that, I came to self.resolabel.config. So in this code we will configure all those labels here. And text, if I used again an if formatting here, the text should be amount and um, yeah, amount from currency equal to converted amount as here with two floating point, and also to currency. After this line of code, so I used a try except block. Here I should use an except. First, I used an except for the value error, and second, I used an except for the exception, which this exception is responsible for taking all kinds of exceptions, value error, index formatting, or any kind of error. So I used a value error for the first result label config as the invalid input, because the user could enter something else instead of that string, and instead of the numeric. So I said there should be an value error. And after that, I used exception because I said that any kind of exception that come, please handle this as the exception. And I just simply I said exception as E. This is E optional. We can edit as X or anything. Again, self the result of the label the config text should be error plus string E. So this exception and text the text if there comes an error with the string, so the text would be printed error, and it could be any kind of exception. The value error if the user inputs a number, or if the user enters any kind of letters, just anything that the the GUI doesn't like, the label doesn't like it. So there will be added exception without crashing the program. So again, I came here and I created main method def main, and here again simply I wrote tk that ticket this creates the main window, and also I created a variable app. So currency converter app. So this is the name of my class that I called it, and I entered the root as the parameter for it. So again, root.main loop. This is an infinite loop for showing our GUI, and it shows our GUI. Again, I came here and for here I said if name equal to main. This is kind of works like a main method. If name equals to main, I called the main method. So I called main here, and that's it. So our application is completed, and now let's run it from the beginning. Okay, so as a currency converter amount. So we should, um, like I say, change 100 from which kind of currency. Here is only 10 currencies, but we should remember that this app can change up to 170 currencies, and with the latest exchange rate. I say from USD, I change to maybe euro at 100, and US dollar to euro, and convert. 100 USD equal to 92.93 euros. It works for any kind, like Japanese yen to euro, convert. 100 Japanese yen, 0.61 euros. So we can use, and for those that which are not in this menu, how we can add it? Just we can simply type here like with the capital letter, you can add any 3 letters of that, and also for 2, it will convert that any currency that is um, on this site. So that's it, and this was my code again. Yeah, and thank you very much for watching, and I hope you like it.